Homelessness in Southwest Minnesota or rural Minnesota looks different than it looks in the metro areas. It's pretty invisible. So homelessness can look like people couch hopping. They might be moving from place to place, only staying for a night or two, and then moving on to the next place, carrying everything with them in a backpack or something like that. They could be camping, like tenting it out, even when it's too cold to really be doing that. Things like that. People go to pretty extreme lengths sometimes to not let others know that they're struggling. So the Refuge is an emergency shelter program. It's not a brick and mortar shelter building. We lease motel rooms and we move people in and out of those rooms when they have no place else to go. In addition to providing shelter, the Refuge has staff that provide really important services. So depending on the person's needs, it might be helping them get connected to employment services. It definitely means getting them connected to other programs that might be of assistance to them. And sometimes it's a gateway to other supportive programs that we have within our agency that might be able to help people get reestablished in new affordable housing, like first month's rent and deposit on a unit, or getting them connected with an income-based program if that's going to be a struggle for them long term. Sometimes people come to us because they're fleeing domestic violence. So then there's the element of other types of safety that has to get involved. And so we partner with other organizations like the ones in our community who specialize in those services and then make sure they're connected to those as well.
RAP has a lot of services that they offer to victims of domestic abuse. Probably the most common service that's used is our 24-hour crisis line. We provide safe housing, we provide emergency transportation. We do a lot of legal and court advocacy, which means that the advocates help with restraining orders. We do safety planning. That's probably the most important part of our job, and that is to talk to the victims about their safety, whether they are trying to leave the situation. The advocates are really good about connecting with the victim and making sure that they're safe. That is our number one priority. We also have support groups. We have 2 support groups currently. We're working on starting our 3rd one. We do community education. We get out and we talk to people about the reality of domestic violence, how prevalent it is, and how they can help, whether they're the victim themselves, maybe it's a family member, or maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's a friend who's experiencing domestic violence, and how they can help.
New Horizons Crisis Center's Crime Victim Services program provides advocacy, safety planning, and support services to victims of sexual assault and general crime and their loved ones. Unfortunately, crime happens even in rural Southwest Minnesota. Victims often feel alone, but they do not need to walk their healing journey alone. We are here to provide vital emotional support, information, options, and resources to crime victims. Funding from United Way of Southwest Minnesota makes a difference because it is local support helping us reach more individuals and provide more services to crime victims in our community.